Hello, this is Kara Montalvo, and today we're going to be talking a bit about privacy issues in the age of technology. And I'm going to start out with a quote from our textbook. In chapter 28, on page 375, it says, "As the sun sets on the past century, so fades the concept of an individual being out. With line and cell telephones, beepers, pagers, voicemail, and the internet," a little outdated, but it's okay. Technology has set up an almost ubiquitous communication network. People from all walks of American life are undergoing the process of becoming increasingly connected. On the surface, it appears that this network would only enhance the quality of life. In fact, technology constantly allots new opportunities for individuals to manage their day-to-day affairs in a more convenient, even life-sustaining way. For example, technological means for managing work affairs, contacting babysitters, and going to school online offer a great potential to help people with limited means meet their responsibilities and strive towards their aspirations. So that is kind of a positive view of kind of technology in the digital age. However, there are some issues with this kind of thing. Like the book talks about, people are increasingly more connected, and they have, technology has created a space and created ways for things that everyday people have been able to find easier, such as they mention, contacting babysitters, work affairs, things like that. However, kind of the underlying issue of all of that is that because everything is so public and data now can be stored in multiple areas, including the cloud, which is accessible to a lot more people than just yourself, there has been an issue of privacy. And not only in those forms of technology, there is currently no law protecting cloud stored information. So this is kind of the underlying issue because a lot more things are public than necessarily would be without technology. The population most affected with this kind of issue would primarily be, for certain things, young people who are more engaged in digital media. But also for people that records have gone public, and because these records are public and employers and people maybe looking to hire them kind of have access to things like arrest records and bankruptcy records, and this is, public record. So people who have gone through certain situations where maybe on paper it looks bad, maybe they were arrested, but maybe it was the wrong person that was arrested. So and eventually they weren't convicted, but because only the arrests are public and not the convictions, employers may, a future trend of this may be that employers would look at the public record, see someone is arrested, and write them off, rather than asking them. Technically, they should have the right to explain themselves and explain maybe it was a false arrest. So certain things like this can present a problem for people when they're looking for jobs because things are so public and accessible because of technology. Because of arrest records, but not conviction records, companies may refuse to hire people, even if they were never convicted of this crime. People also may be denied loans by loan companies if they have experienced bankruptcy. Now, these are just a few of the issues, but a solution for that can be found kind of in the video that we were given to watch for this. And I'm going to pull up the exact moment when he puts that part on the screen, but he went into detail explaining something called fair information practice principles, which include transparency, meaning the person that has access to the records should be able to ask the person what that record is about, purpose specification, asking for the purpose of it, individual participation, information minimization, which is not collecting more than is necessary, which that could happen, use limitation, information security, information quality, and accountability, which is auditing, oversight, and governance. So there are increasing issues in the digital age with public records and things everybody has access to. Another thing that I know about is now my Instagram and these different things, they see what I look up when I'm buying things like my Amazon account, and then they'll post ads for those specific things knowing that those are the things I tend to buy. And it's almost a little invasive, it's almost a little creepy, but it is also a great sales technique. So what are the limits? it kind of depends on where these companies are going, if they overstep their boundaries. Kind of like that article that we read about the Target company basically predicting a girl's pregnancy before her father even knew, which is definitely very invasive. However, the solution to this problem would kind of be enacting more privacy laws and definitely complying with the Fair Information Practice Principles. Just wanted to get the word right. Complying with that and making sure that we don't overstep any boundaries. Thank you.